Katya with Hindustan Astrology here, and I just want to talk about the month of October 2023 Vedic Sidereal Astrology Forecast. Now, this is going to be a big month. This is our eclipse month, right? So as soon as September 30th rolls around, now I am having a live webinar with my mentor, Dr. SANTHIP, and that is going to take place on September 30th at noon. Just go to hindustanastrology.com and you will see the registration link. It's in my shop under webinars category. Also, if you check my blog, the link is there too. So this month we've got the solar eclipse happening on the 14th, and then on the 28th we have the lunar eclipse. And right after we have our new moon on the 14th, our solar eclipse, we're going to have Navaratri, which is the 9 nights of the goddess Durga, and that takes place from October 15th to the 24th. So we are entering eclipse season, y'all, and things get intense. They do. And there's, you just have to know that it's happening, ground yourself, use whatever, meditation techniques that help you. And just know that, the drama is everywhere. It's not just you. So let's take a look at the rest of the month. I made a presentation for you guys. So here we go. Okay, so here we go. October 1st, start off right off the bat. We have Mercury enters Virgo, and this is his exaltation sign. This is also his Mula Tricona sign. So very great time for you to organize your mind, organize your thoughts. If you write, this is an excellent time for writing or teaching or studying, actually. And yeah, the only thing is, we just have to be careful of our anxiety, and being over analytical and a little bit nitpicky. This is Virgo's debilitation point, of course. So, yeah, just, use it for being detail oriented, and you'll get the best out of it. October 3rd at 8:30 a.m. EST, we have Mars entering Libra. He's been in Virgo, which has kind of heralded this this virus coming back, right? We'd been talking about this for a while, that this is probably going to be how Mars in Virgo is going to play out. It often will indicate health problems. But then the next day at 12:03 a.m. EST, we have Mars conjuncting K2, because not only are we in eclipse season, but the nodes are going to shift on November 28th. So Mars conjuncts K2 at 0 degrees, 46 minutes of Libra, Chitra Nakshatra, and Chitra is also ruled by Mars. So when Mars and K2 come together, right, let's discuss what K2 is. It's moksha. He's moksha karaka. He's an indicator of surrender and liberation from this life. But on a mundane level, he can indicate loss and, surrender. And sometimes, it can be a really rough time if you're going through your K2 Mahadasha or even your Bhukti set cycle. It's, it can be a little bit daunting, and it can also indicate losing our temper. Now, K2 is likened to Mars. So when these two come together, it oftentimes will indicate an attack of some sort. And Chitra, this is Vishvakarma. He is the celestial architect. He indicates Maya or illusion. And Chitra, especially on the Libra side, y'all, actually indicates actors. So we're definitely going to see some stuff out of Hollywood at this time. We also have this UAW strike in the Midwest. And, the people in the union are on strike because they feel like they deserve more money, just like Hollywood. And this is definitely what this indicates. Chitra can indicate engineers, because especially more on the Virgo side, but we're right here on the cusp. But Chitra is about designing. On the Libra side, it can be more, interior designers or fashion designers or actors because they are using the bright jewel, symbol of Chitra to make things beautiful. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, for the United States, let's see, this is in our 11th house. Let's see, yeah, 11th house. And that's, what is it? Communities, right? It's large groups of people. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens. So just lay low, don't let your anger get the best of you, okay? October 11th at 8:22 p.m. EST, we have Pluto going direct at 3 degrees of Capricorn, Uttara Ashada. Now, the United States, Pluto is at 6 degrees, 49 minutes of Capricorn. So we're having our Pluto return. We've been talking about this for a while. The exact day that Pluto will reach 6 degrees, 49 minutes is actually February 22nd of 2024. And then next summer, Pluto will go retrograde again. And then he's going to hit that and he's going to cross over that point again, right? And then he's going to station direct. And then a third time he's going to go over it. So, yeah, like when I said things are starting now, I wasn't kidding. So for the United States, Pluto's in the second house of money. It's also a Maraka house, meaning a killer house, meaning that bad things can happen when planets go through here. But I think on the collective level, what it means for the United States is transforming our monetary systems. As you know, we're having horrible inflation here. At least the interest rate hasn't gone. I think it's still holding at 7.9%, but people don't want to buy houses. People are just kind of normal people, right? Not the people at the top, but normal people are having to go paycheck to paycheck. And it's just, it's not fun. And so cryptocurrency has been up and down and seems to be down right now. I don't know. It just, it's going to be real interesting to see what happens when this Pluto return actually happens. So pay attention, buy some gold, bury it in your yard. Yeah, I think that, times are going to get real tough, and we're just going to have to, do what our ancestors did, right? Which was live frugally, live simply, cherish what you have. Don't be greedy, don't spend stupid money on things that you already have. You know what I mean? Just really think about what our ancestors went through. And I think these days people are living large and definitely beyond their means. So this Pluto going direct is going to be kind of the start of this Pluto return for the US. So all right, so this is the October 14th solar eclipse chart. Rahu is Gandanta because we were just talking about Ketu being at 0 degrees 46 minutes, right? So for this eclipse, Rahu is actually going to be in Ketu at 0 degrees 41 minutes. So Rahu is in Aries, which puts him in the Gandanta zone. And what that means is that we feel like we are out of control because until we face our karma, we will not feel in control. It can indicate actual drownings, but it is a sense of that you've got to wrap up, some things before you move on. It's a time of closure. It's a time of facing the music. If you have sensitive places in your chart in Aries, just, try not to, again, don't lose it. Don't lose your mind. All right. Jupiter retrogrades there, magnifying everything. And so now if you notice, this is something, if you're learning astrology, you'll notice down here, the nodes are in Aries and Libra still, but the moon is actually in Virgo. So this eclipse is considered in Virgo because it's where the moon is at, right? But if you look, the moon is only within 3 degrees of K2. And so that's why those demarcations of the signs don't quite matter so much. It's more about the degree of how close they are. And so what is Virgo about? Well, we just talked about Chitra, and we talked about Mars being in Virgo, which is now in Libra. But Virgo is all about health. It's about discrimination. It's about scrutinizing things with a magnifying glass. It's about being detail oriented. I always think of the Mandelbrot fractal geometry pattern that keeps replicating itself, and how when you get down, and looking into a microscope, or even if you're working on a piece of art and you're getting into those fine details, always think of like Persian miniatures too. I don't know if you've seen those pictures, but they're tiny, tiny, like on a size of a thumb or less, and it's so detail oriented. And then when you blow it up, it's so beautiful. So, and Chitra is the bright jewel. So this is going to be a time of, what Sadhguru calls inner engineering, right? Focusing on yourself, stop, projecting yourself onto other people. But I am giving a workshop on this, so I'm not going to say too much more. And I would love it if you guys would come and sign up. I'm only charging $7.99 for this. It takes me hours and hours to put together the presentation that I prepared for you guys. So, it's a nominal fee, and it's just to make sure that you really want to be there, instead of letting in everybody who may not really want to be there. So go to hindustanastrology.com. You can type all that in if you want, or you can go to my blog. Once you get to the website, it's the last post. You'll see the link there. You can go to the shop, go to the webinars category, scroll down, and there's 2 webinars there, and it's the second one with this picture. So yeah, and Dr. SANTHIP Kanholi is an engineer. He got his doctorate from Virginia Tech, and very, very astute Jyotishi who can really shed light onto things that I won't see, right? And we seem to work together very well. So I would love to see you guys at that. And then after our new moon, we're having October 15th to the 24th, Navaratri, which is the 9 nights of the goddess Durga. And you see on the left is goddess Durga. She's got her weapons. She's got her lion. She rides a lion. On the right, I decided to use a more modern picture of Parvati. She is an aspect of Durga, and she is Shiva's wife. So the 9 nights of the goddess Durga are about Parvati's, I guess, journey towards marriage with Shiva, and how she grows as a woman. And it's very beautiful. And my friend Brittany Maxey, I think she may do something for it. I'm not sure, but in the past she has. So if you're interested in like Navaratri remedies, I've got some things on my website. I've got bracelets that she's made. This is for the moon. It has the moon glyph. This is for Venus with the Venus glyph. And then this one actually is Chandraganta bracelet that she made which is one of the nights of the goddess Durga. She made it for me. So yeah, and then I've got aromatherapy and things to help you get in tune with different aspects of Durga. So that is happening. You can look up online lots of stuff too, right? Then October 18th at 3:48 p.m. EST, we have Mercury entering Libra. And then October 28th, we have our full moon partial lunar eclipse at 10 degrees of Aries Ashwini. And again, Rahu is still Gandhata for this. So, we're going to go over this in the webinar too. I'm not going to go over it quite as much, but we will discuss it because it will be the opposite, right, of where it is. And we see that Jupiter retrograde is there, Uranus retrograde is there. And what is Ashwini? It's the star of transport. So for sure, we're going to hear more about the UAW strike on this lunar eclipse. Hopefully, they'll come to some sort of an agreement. I'm all for people, getting paid what they deserve. So fingers crossed, y'all. Hope you get what you need. And Ashwini also, because it's the star of transport, can indicate racing brain syndrome, which is an aspect of ADHD. And this is happening, this lunar eclipse is happening in the US fifth house of children. So we are still unraveling, all of the damage that the time off that the kids had out of school, right, from the sickness. Yeah, we've got some catch up to do, but we also are, Saturn is giving his third aspect onto this lunar eclipse. Saturn's retrograde and he's in Shatabishak, which cures hard to cure diseases. And, learning challenges are definitely in that category. ADHD, the whole autism spectrum would be Shatabishak. And so we may have some groundbreaking discoveries in teaching. That's what I'm hoping this is about, that things in the school change. I mean, kids are miserable. Not everybody can learn in this math science paradigm, this visual or even audio learning style. People learn in different ways. And so yeah, I hope that we find some new ways to teach, these star kids, because they're here for a reason. They think differently for a reason. There's nothing wrong with them. There's something wrong with our system and how we make people that are different feel badly. That's what's wrong. So I'm really hoping that this lunar eclipse will highlight some of those issues for us. And then October 29th at 10:11 a.m., we have a Mercury-Mars planetary war, 17 degrees, 42 minutes of Libra, Swati Nakshatra. Mercury and Mars are enemies, but it's also called, a nickname for it that one of my teachers gave it is the lawyer yoga, because this takes the power of speech with the power of being a soldier and going to bat for somebody, which is the best expression of a lawyer. And it happens in the sign of law, which is Libra. And Swati actually is where Saturn is exalted, because the symbol is a cypress willowing, or reeds, sugarcane willowing in the breeze, right? It's the ability to bend. It's the ability to compromise with others. And that's what Libra does best. It's about partnership, right? So having this planetary war definitely is going to bring up all of these law issues that we've been talking about. If it happens for you personally, then, look what house Libra is in, right? If it's a personal planet, it's going to be stronger. But there could be a point where, you've got to speak your mind. You may need to stand up for somebody who is an underdog. Swati is the self-going star. It's the star of independence, right? It's very far off the ecliptics. These people are very independent. And you've got to speak up for yourself. But again, don't overdo it. K2's still there, right? So, it's far apart in degree now, but still, say things in an effective, articulate way that still leaves integrity to the person that you are speaking to. So that is my advice for that. If you're interested in a reading with me, now I have been studying astrology really since I was about 7 years old with my mom, but my first certification I got was 1989. Yes, I was in college, and as I was taking my college courses, I was also doing a tarot certification with the builders of the Adytum, and there was a lot of astrology that we had to learn in that course. So I've been giving readings since 1989 in tarot. Started full speed ahead with astrology readings 5 years ago, but I've been doing astrology my whole life. And I feel like because I am a mundane person, right? I am not a guru. I'm not somebody who has removed themselves from this, from this world. And I've been through a lot. I'm much more of a Venus or Shukra style teacher because I will teach anybody. I think anybody deserves to know this knowledge if they have a pure heart and if they really want it. So if you really want to, learn or, get a reading with somebody who's been through the ringer, I'm your girl. So I've seen it all. I would love to see you on Zoom sometime. And also check out my book, Uma's Upayas. It is now a bestseller on Amazon and Kindle. So head on over to Amazon and type in the title and check it out. Let me know what you think. Astrological aromatherapy. I've always loved perfume. So I hope that you get something out of the book. And I'm working on my new Oracle card deck as we speak. And until next time, thanks, you guys, and namaste. Again, I hope to see you for the webinar, and it's next Saturday, September 30th at noon. So see you then. Bye.